Hi, my name is DeeDee Lake, and I am with CrossRiver Media Publishing. And today I get the honor of being just chatting with Laura Smith out in North Carolina, right? Did I say that right? North
Yes,
Carolina? Yeah. And because she looked at me, I was like, oh, North Carolina.
no,
So
that's it.
North Carolina. We were just talking about our favorite football teams. So we can be compatible, which is good. Abba's Lessons comes out in October, and we're so excited. We've been working on it for a couple of years. I think, didn't you submit your story about 2 years ago?
I can't remember. It's been at least a year
Yeah,
and a half, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's
So
been a while.
how are you doing there in North Carolina, Miss Laura?
I'm doing well. I had a nice long summer, and I've just started back teaching, so it's
And
good. Nice to get
I,
back into a routine.
I saw in your bio that teaching is just kind of the theme of your life, where you've taught in different ways. I saw you homeschooled, you were a private tutor, and all kind of other teaching that you've done. And that's just so neat when you know who you are, how God has created you to be.
Yeah,
That's
thank
awesome.
you. I definitely enjoy being on the teaching side and not the student.
Yes. Yes, much easier. So tell us the name of your piece that is in Abba's Lessons.
It is altered conscience.
And you played on the word a little bit altered. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, and I have to give my husband credit for that. I do. He came up with that, but it's talking about the verse I used. I can't remember exactly, Matthew 5:23 or 33, but it's talking about that before you go before the Lord, you need to, if there's something that you have against somebody or that you've done or that they've done and you need to seek forgiveness, you need to do that and take care of that before you present yourself before the Lord. And so this story, it's a play on words because I had to alter my conscience because I was not being a very nice person in the moment. Um, and I had to go to that person and make it right. So
I love the struggle that you shared in your story. And the thing is, you're not alone. Like, I think that all of us go through that struggle of, am I going to do what God says? And or the first time when God says something to you, or you feel like God's prompting you to do something, you're like, yeah, no. You know, whatever.
oh, very much.
That's not what
Yeah.
you think you're going to do, but eventually God gets his way, I think. Um, does it seem like to you that it gets easier as you've done that, when you do hear God's prompting or hear God speaking to you, even if it's hard, do you find that it's not as hard as it used to be when you were a younger believer?
Oh, definitely, absolutely. And I'll even say after this incident that I wrote about,
Mm.
I had another one where somebody was coming the wrong way, and I just and
Okay.
as soon as I did it, I was like, "Oh Lord, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry." And I watched them park because I was going to watch them park to go,
Uh,
make amends right then. I mean, I was going to, but she drove away. So,
mm.
but it's like I notice it quicker. And there are times, and it's not just with my reaction to somebody, but just when I'm about to do or say something that I shouldn't. The more you practice, you start catching it um, before you mess up.
Or it
So
becomes a battle. Huh? It's just
yeah,
a little skirmish at this point.
yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome that you do that. What advice would you give somebody that struggles with that? Struggles for forgiveness, that they just have a hard time forgiving other people.
Ooh, I practice makes perfect, except it doesn't make it perfect in this life, but we do get better. Um, I would say just it you don't always feel like you have forgiven them when you do, but sometimes it's a process. And I think anytime you have a grudge or anything that you're hanging on to, just to constantly, Lord, help me forgive this person, help me to give this to you. Um, and quit holding on to this anger or bitterness. And sometimes it's instantaneous. Sometimes, I mean, really, sometimes I do that and it's just gone and I'm good with that person again. And then there's others that it's a daily, I just have to do it over and over. And it finally just sort of gets easier and better until one day you realize that bitterness is gone. But I think just be consistent and constantly let the Lord know you're having trouble with it too. It's okay. Let him know you struggle.
Absolutely, and I think too, just asking God to want to forgive them, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it's because sometimes you're at that place where you're like, "I don't even want to forgive them," you're
Oh,
not even
yeah.
asking for that. So, God could even change that real hard heart because He doesn't want us to live like that, He wants
Right.
us to live in forgiveness and just being able to be very transparent, and you don't have to worry about holding a grudge or anything like that. Well, I'm proud of you for listening to God's prompting and doing the hard work. Your story, your devotion is so good. I
Oh,
do
thank
believe
you.
that God has it in the book for a reason. I was lessons come out in October, and I think it's going to be a great gift for people to give for Christmas too, because it's just one of those books that you can read again and again the stories and get different things from it. So I think it's going to be exciting. So thank you for being part of that with us at Cross River. Where else can people find you?
Just on Facebook and on Instagram, and both of them are just Laura Osteen Smith.
Osteen.
And Osteen is Osteen.
Okay,
So
sounds good. Well,
yeah.
thank you for meeting with me today. I can't wait to just get to know you better and see more of your writing because you are a wonderful author. So thanks for being a part of our
Well,
team.
thank you. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to reading all the other stories in there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.